10 stores.
Okay.
I was telling Bill that
John called the company.
Yeah, I'm wondering who puts it out because I might be able to just send a cease and desist.
yeah. I was telling Bill that years ago when I looked at it, I didn't want this thing. And I looked closely at it and it was like, there's a number to call to say I don't want it.
Right.
And I called it and it was great. For years I never got it.
I'm wondering
They
if I
stopped.
could help, like if I could just send a
Yeah.
strongly worded letter that
Right.
says if
Am I?
you keep doing this, everyone that I find, I'm going to charge you a littering fee of
Yeah,
X
exactly.
dollar.
Something like
I
that.
could fill up a trash can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From like,
Right.
Let me look into it.
They're still working on it. You mean up by the school?
Yeah.
Like up by this.
I have a picture of the.
Good evening, everyone. We're going to call the meeting in order and open with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, you mean the sewer? Yeah, that was the.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So we'll start with the report of the borough officers, the financial advisors report.
I have nothing to report at this time.
Police chief. He was here, stepped out.
I hear him.
We-
You went back into the station.
Okay,
You may have something going on. No,
all right,
you don't leave unless something's going on.
okay. Fire chief report.
Per chief, the Pompeo, there's nothing to add.
Okay, thank you. Engineer, JP?
Thank you, Mr. President. I just have a few things to bring to council's attention. 32 Mill Street, that demolition starting next week. They're putting fence up and making sure that utilities are cut off. The road program is on your agenda for next week for the award. I worked through the details with Mr. McCosey, and that scope is ready for your approval. And the last thing, I understand the next meeting is switched to the 20th. I do have a conflict, so I will do what I can to get the meeting covered.
I'm gonna go over the road program now, and I'll pick it up on the 20th. We did apply for liquid fuels for the pool damage that we did, and we were denied yesterday. The reason I applied for it, because in '96 blizzard, they did cover it, but that was a declaration under the governor. We did not get any declaration, which we were anticipating. But in any case, we had to fix the pool's parking lot because we damaged the pool's parking lot. And if you recall, we're putting a heavier road I guess.
It's a heavier cross-section of pavement so that the deterioration won't happen again if it's used for heavy traffic like snow movement or stockpiling.
So we're building a road on the right side by the 500 Broadway, which will take us to the upper lot, which is our lot in the back of the pool. So we damage that, we damage our own property, not the pool's property. Now, next question is, they're going swimming. So we're going to be able to get this in each week. Lynn's here. Lynn, do we have a break from Memorial Day opening and then during the week they don't, what's the full-time, like, they're there every day? 23rd of May is full open?
Not full open.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, we have a couple of weeks of, during the week, it's not open until 4
Good.
p.m.
That'll work for us.
If it's not open to 4 p.m., then that works fine, because once it's awarded, we notify the contractor, then we have to execute contracts and then send them to district PennDOT approval, which there's a new guy in charge at PennDOT. So there may be some learning curves there.
We break off because we're paying for it? Separate?
Certainly, absolutely. You don't
We
have to
need
wait.
PennDOT for that, right?
No, you don't. That's
Maybe they would
true.
jump on that for us?
Certainly, we can certainly talk to them.
Okay.
It's AF Damon, and he's
He
generally,
works with us. Yeah.
yes.
All right,
yes.
okay. We'll try to sneak it in there.
I can send you the opening schedule so you have
I'll grab my bathing suit.
it. On now.
Is that it, JP?
Yes, sir.
Chief?
Yeah, I have a couple of things. At the council meeting, the Law Enforcement Accreditation Commission in Harrisburg requested that they address council regarding our recent accreditation and also to make a presentation. I forwarded them that, so if we could modify the agenda for the for the meeting. Somebody make a motion to go off the agenda. We'll do the presentation and he can leave because he has to drive back to Harrisburg. So they would like to address council. We had two traffic blitzes in the last month. If you guys have noticed, they were backfilled by PennDOT for overtime. Aggressive driving campaign was last week and the week before for 20 hours. And this week is pedestrian safety campaign. We're bringing in officers on overtime being backfilled by PennDOT reimbursement, and they're only positioned during their time in, which is 2 to 3 hours a day, is do nothing but heavy traffic enforcement. So you'll see some extra guys out on Baltimore Pike, stuff like that. That's going on last week, this week, and probably into next week. And then we're getting ready for the holiday.
Solicitor's report.
The Borough Council met immediately before this meeting to discuss matters of litigation.
Community development, code enforcement.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll have my prepared report from the meeting. We did hold a zoning hearing board in this room last week. We heard the application of 29 Baltimore Avenue for Cricket Catering, who is looking to put a venue and event rental space in their current commercial kitchen. That application was denied. The other one was 403 West Baltimore Avenue for Illusion Sports Bar for signage. That application was continued so we can get some more information before the board. Thank you.
That's it. Manager's report.
I'll be bringing up at the meeting the award for roadways. Just for council, we are finishing beginning next Monday from Oak Avenue, curb and sidewalk down to Prospect. I'll be putting a letter out probably tomorrow to the residents. They'll have access to their driveways. We'll work with them. But it's going to be a little complicated. We're coordinating with the school district so we don't have conflicting. You notice the poles are coming down on the school district side, which will now allow them to start paving their roadside. You open up that roadway a little bit for us. And then hopefully once that gets done and we get down to where the garages are between Church and Sycamore, once we complete, then the full repaving and resurfacing from Oak Avenue to Baltimore Pike will be complete. That's crowning and drainage. And the last portion of this is we have a grant to go from in the pipeline right now. We're pretty, I'd say we're pretty sure we're going to get it based on what we're hearing from PennDOT. They kind of whispered to us to do it. There's a portion that the school district left out from Baltimore Pike in front of the diner up to Sycamore. That will be all completed. That one there, because it's a PennDOT grant, we cannot use KPN. KPN, they are looking at doing that statewide, but it's not up and running yet. So we have to bid that. JP's putting the bids together right now. We're hoping that try to stay as local as we can to get this thing jump started, because we want to have that completed before the road. But we're in a timing dilemma because the school district has a contract to do the resurfacing with Nico from school all the way down to Baltimore to fix where they did the sewer pipe. We want to get ahead of that and get our curb and sidewalk in. And we're working with them. So that hopefully gets done. Whether they open the school in September, I've heard school district made an announcement that they have a secondary plan. We haven't had any notification yet. I don't think as of last week when we spoke, JP, we're not getting notified about final inspection, occupancy, whatever. The fire company will go in on June the 1st. I think that's what I told them. I think it's June the 1st or June the 8th. They want to view the building from a public safety standpoint. I've also requested in the same email that council and our administration has an opportunity with the police also to tour the building prior to opening. So we have a feel for what it is, police particularly and the fire particularly, about safety. And the council obviously just to see the improvements. So I'll keep you informed on that. The fire company will be a Monday night because that's the drill night. And maybe we can coordinate with them. Maybe we do a 5 and they do a 6 or something like that.
Tom, just so you know, when it comes to our side, we could do it on there also, but I would also like to invite Region 1 Emergency Response Team to catch a layout of that building.
Sure.
And do we know that were the blueprints of that building sent to emergency services?
don't know the answer to that. I would imagine they do it when they're done, maybe.
Right, I don't know. I don't
Some
know.
of the
if-
other ones are.
New construction, public buildings should be, but that doesn't mean it is, you know what I mean? I would hope they do it. If not, we gotta kind of work on that in case we have an issue with that school.
We'll shoot a email to Craig tomorrow.
Okay.
It's all CAD, so it should be easy.
We're prepping for the emergency sheltering also, I can bring up that as well.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Mr. Tom. Council reports, Mr. Swan,
I don't have anything at this time.
Ms. Biles,
Nothing to report.
okay, Ms. Wiley.
Nothing to report.
The chair has a couple things. One, I want to thank JP for the hard work and getting the pickleball courts done. We did the river cutting tonight.
Really nice.
They're really
Good.
nice. I urge anyone listening, go up, take a look, enjoy yourself. It's really an asset just driving by. It is an asset to the community. And second, I want to mention about a resident in the borough who has taken upon himself to use his time and resources to bring some music, cultural type music to our borough. Tom Petrie lives on up in the second ward. He has brought a husband-wife team concert on a semi-regular basis at St. Mark's piano concerts. It's been quite enjoyable. He's also now involved with Philly Pops, and he's been able to book them at the Lansdowne Theater, and they'll be coming back. Marcus Hook at the park in the summer, and I understand he's working with the county parks and regulation. So I just want to thank Tom. He's done a lot for our community. And if you happen to know Tom or see him, just thank him for, if you would, for all the council. Mr. Braun.
Yes, I have a couple things. The traffic on West Madison, it's at Springfield Road, has been an issue. Backs up all the way past Cherry a lot of days. Then even the traffic from Springfield, on Springfield Road from that stop sign backed up past Baltimore Pike the other week. I propose, I talked to Tom and talked to Tim about no parking on West Madison from Springfield Road back to the common driveway. And that would allow people to pull over and make the left-hand turn, because right now it's backing up. It's just, you can't get over because there's cars right there. It's only taking, I think, one or two spots.
Yeah, the state law is 25 feet from the intersection.
Okay.
And it would only be another, I think, car length that you guys would take up if you were to move that sign back
Okay.
to that driveway.
That driveway,
So,
okay.
I mean, I don't know if it needs a council decision.
Do we go to the west side of the driveway? Like the other side?
It doesn't matter. You can't park in front of the driveway anyway. So whatever side you put the sign, it don't matter.
Right.
My ass.
All right.
That's getting horrible with, and I agree with Councilman Braun. The traffic down there is sheer volume. And that light, I know they've been out a million times to look at it. I still don't even think it's right during rush hour, but I'm not an expert.
Yeah, 'cause we were talking it
Yeah,
on
we
the
had-
weekend, I drive up to it, boom, turns.
And we had signal service do it full from Upper Darby line, Alverso, all the way through. And we also coordinated with Alden because we believed that Alden had a problem at the dollar store.
Right.
And Bill brought up something. When they built that new storage, we lost that. You used to be able to go around that.
Yeah, one car, if the car doesn't pull up to the
Yep.
line there, you
Right.
can't make the right on red. And then coming up in the morning, because that's my route every day, I stop on our side of the bridge because of the traffic light at Madison and then again at Broadway. So again, I know you brought PennDOT out and they say it's synced, but and then it's just volume. Then it's just volume. I mean,
In the Windsor, if someone's sitting there and then someone comes up past the line north on Springfield, I think the light goes into it does a double trip
Right,
I
yeah.
saw them there out there yesterday with the laptop doing diagrams.
coordinating. Could have went down sync, lightning, whatever, who knows?
And then also we have, I talked to Samantha about we have those store flyers that they come and deliver. every Thursday, and they just throw them out the window, and they're all over the place. Maybe if we can do something about it. She said she's gonna contact and see what they can do, but, because it's ridiculous. I mean, I pick up at least every week. I pick up my block every week, trash, and I pick up 20 of those every week. Like I pick up at least 20 of them. Just laying on it. And it rains, and then they're soaking wet. And then
Yes.
Terrible for snow
just
blowers.
trash. Oh, yeah.
And it'd be one thing if people will sign up for
Right, yes, that's
it.
what
It's
you're
quite
saying.
another, because they throw them at every house, and
Right.
half the people don't, especially in the days of electronic coupons.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Everything's electronic now, right?
Yeah, wouldn't that be considered solicitation?
Right, so.
It depends on how strict we want to read your solicitation ordinance and how up to date it is. I was kind of just spitballing ideas and thought maybe sending them a letter saying that if they didn't stop, I would start fining them for littering. And every single instance of them tossing it out the window would be considered littering. I would suspect if we did that they would probably stop or at least get better at delivering them. But if somebody could just get me a copy of
Those got 20 of them.
notice I
Say,
sure
wait,
did.
trash
To look
picked up
great
this
at him.
morning.
It weighs 30 pounds though.
If there's a number or something or an email
Yeah.
associated with that, if you could just get that to me and I can get a letter put
I
together.
think, did you say you contacted the guy?
In the
Or?
past, I spoke to the guy in the truck who throws them.
Oh, okay,
She's-
okay.
I don't think there
There is like a .com thing
There
on the
there
thing.
needs to be one, so if you can locate that on the flyer and get that to Tom or get that directly to me, I can start figuring out the best way forward.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Ross.
Nothing at the moment.
Okay, Ms. Bridges.
Okay, so the 15th, Friday the 15th, we have movie night. So the lot for that opens at 7:30 and movie begins at dusk. A little bit before that, at 7, there'll be council members for a meet and greet available. And Steve Kurtz, the guy who does the movies for us, is going to do some music for everybody waiting up to the movie starting. So that's the 15th. And
What is the movie? I'm sorry.
so Rookie of the Year
Okay,
is the movie.
thank you.
So,
Great.
Oh, good one.
and
Mhm.
so yeah, Friday the 15th. And that's all I have.
Okay, Mr. Gorman.
Yes. Tom, question for you. When are they going to finish the sidewalk at Austin and Springfield? In front of the dollar store, if you will?
JP, here's what happens. In PennDOT's world of reality. We received a authorization for $1.7 million from PennDOT under maintenance agreement to do the curb and sidewalk from Baltimore Pike up to in communication back and forth. PennDOT simultaneously from Harrisburg issued out a handicap program from O'Hara to Darby. So as we're doing the sidewalks and putting in the handicap curb in front of Best Quality, the gentleman who received the contract from Harrisburg said, "You're taking my work." So we ended up with this friendly back and forth, like it's my work, it's your work. You don't have a design, we have a design. So we got orders from the maintenance division, stop. I got finally through some of our contacts, they allowed JP now to design the handicap, because all handicap and intersections have to have a PennDOT permit. So JP's working on the permit. Then the other day we were able to break through. We're going to do the entire intersection because from a liability standpoint, if something happens there, they want one contractor. So we picked up that we can get it done faster because that guy's slower than, he's been building them. If you ever saw O'Hara, if you saw Norwinden,
Yeah.
Westbrook Drive, they come, they leave. We want to get it finished.
Mhm.
So as of yesterday on the phone with PennDOT, JP was giving orders, do the entire intersection, submit the plans. In that conversation, we got the approval to finish that. So the Monday, they're going to finish that,
Nice.
this side. The other side, Suzanne side, will come once we hopefully get done down to Prospect. We should have the approvals and we'll go back up and that'll complete that whole section. So I'm happy that we're doing it. We have a little better control of traffic.
Yeah.
We have better control of quality. Not that the guy, I want to knock anybody's business out, but I also don't want to get in a crossfire with somebody about liability if there's an accident or somebody trips on the handicap or whatever. So,
Right.
Mike, that pretty much the same.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
So,
But at least if your guys are doing it, you know how it's being
Right.
done.
well, that's the reason we stopped is that delineation is the PennDOT limits of their construction. They would have stopped right there. That's what they do. That was the intersection. And if you notice in town, me and Rock were talking the other day, PennDOT a year and a half ago came through town. You'll start seeing these signs, no crosswalk. That's so they don't have to put handicap crosswalks in.
Oh.
All righty then.
They took out Washington, they took out down here at Jefferson, they took, you'll see these do not cross with a zero, like a person walking with his X through it. They put them in throughout the county, basically. That way, the handicapped person has to go to well, first of all, Rock had a good point. You're not supposed to cross the street unless it has a crosswalk anyway.
Right.
So it's jaywalking. But that being said, everybody's done it for 100 years. So no one's going to walk from Jefferson to the traffic light on Madison to cross the street to go back to the train. It's not going to happen. So that's just what we're dealing with right now. But
Tom,
that's part of that project.
Tom, a question. Is that the same contractor that's probably doing a crosswalk at Springfield and State Road?
Yes. Same guy.
Because the reason I mentioned it, the traffic was backed up from
I know.
Springfield Road to the creek.
I know.
In the
Yeah,
house.
that was crazy.
To that.
I travel that way.
It was a
very freely.
40-minute ride from those 4 or 5 blocks or 10
We're under
blocks.
a maintenance, which
Yeah.
means we can control our own traffic. When you do the big jobs, they bring in all the flaggers and
Yeah,
so.
thank God we're doing it.
Yeah, good.
Can I ask one other question? Something that John said reminded me. That traffic light there, right by Best Quality Pizza, when you're coming from Westbrook Park School towards the middle school, right at Austin Drive, certain times of the day when you're coming back there, it looks like it's green. I don't know if anyone's ever seen it. It's around 5-ish.
Mhm.
I've seen people go through it. I almost actually went through it one time because when you're first coming,
Aren't they,
I don't know if
they're
I was-
improving that. They're improving the light. They're not improving the traffic signal, right? They're putting new,
I'm not
It actually looks
100%
like
they
what they were
painted.
doing, but there was
I don't know about
one
Austin.
occasion where we had the green and so did the other. I
Oh.
called the police department that day and they went and checked it out and it didn't happen again. So it was probably like a,
I've seen it where
But
it's not actually
it's-
green, but it looks like it is.
but there
I
was
believe
a
they get a
time.
new, do they get a
where-
controller there?
Not
Yeah.
at Austin. Is that, we're talking about Austin,
Oh,
correct?
We can look at the
Oak,
controller. I
yes.
know that controller is one of the oldest ones in the town.
Is.
I know people run that light a lot, even without it looking
I
green.
almost
Crazy
did it all the
intersection.
time 'cause I thought-
Usually count to 10 before I go through.
Look every way.
Well, let me see, this report's coming in from Signal Service. Let me see what it says.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was one occasion where, yeah, I
They
had the
can
green
put
light
the,
and
I
they
can
had
have
the
the,
green
what do
light
they call that?
at the same time.
The silhouette behind it?
There's a black,
Yeah, black
I can
silhouette.
put we can have them put the silhouette, that's their word. So
Yeah.
that the sun, it reflects the green a little better. Digital lights,
That's an old intersection.
It is.
It still has I don't know if it's operational, but it still has on Burrell Drive, it has the treadle, the car treadle
in
It does.
in the ground.
Street, yeah.
I don't know if it's still operational, but.
they don't work in the snow either.
You're done, John.
Oh, hi. I'm still here. Yes. So after we're having the movie night and meet your local government on Friday, May the 15th, on Saturday, the 16th is when I'm going to be doing cleanup. And we haven't specified yet exactly what area. Some people had some ideas. But, and I believe that's going out in the quarterly report. Is that
It's in the mail, we're waiting.
in the mail?
It's in the
Okay.
mail for about 4 or 5 days since I talked to
Okay,
you.
yeah. So we missed the prior deadline, but that's okay. So Saturday, the 16th, we'll do that from about 9 to 2. We'll see who's there. The other thing is I want to say is that I have done a little bit of volunteering with like tree tenders in Alden and also the EAC, Environmental Advisory Committee of Lansdowne. So I'm kind of trying to learn what other people are doing. We got 3 people now who are interested in a community garden. I spoke with Mr. Cannon a little bit about this, and essentially we say, if it's going to be Clifton Heights land, it's got to be very well maintained or it's going to be like disappeared. So I'm just in opening conversations with that, and spoke to a woman who's on the Borough Council at Alden, and who knows a master gardener, and had some ideas about that. And who knows, we might combine Clifton and Alden, just like we have a Clifton Alden trolley stop, or train stop, whatever it is, trolley or train, anyhow. So we'll see what we can do that's doable. But these community garden people, it's got to be like a space where you can get water and blah, blah, blah. Obviously, there's details, see if it's going to happen or not. Okay, that's all.
And for council, Mayor, we're going to need a count on who wants to participate in the cleanup. So we have James and Jimmy are ready, some tools and some bags and pick up stuff. James has a couple spots also that are, around town.
So, and maybe somebody from this room would be
has a
interested.
spot, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll assemble here and we can dispatch out, but we want to make sure everyone has gloves and protection, that kind of stuff. So it's a good effort.
Yeah. And if you can't do all day 9 to 2, yeah, come when you can, leave when you must, as they say.
Okay, that's it.
That's all for me.
Motion to adjourn?
Yep.
Adjourn.
Okay, kitties, I'll see you on the 20th.
You noticed the thing.
It's very nice.